deal with JayZ of 500K. I'm white, so probably JayZ wouldn't like me immediately.
I'm white. Don't you ignore me. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX. Today we're getting into some LinkedIn lunatics. They're lunatics. They're on LinkedIn, and we're going to go gawk at them just a little bit. A lot of them seem to be like post-ironic irony type of posts, so if I find them, I'm going to try and skip them because it's a lot less fun to make fun of you for being a lunatic if you're like actively pretending to be a lunatic. I think that makes sense. Anyway, enough gabbing from me. Let's get into these posts and see how it goes. This OP says that's not a 100% valid question because this lady said, does your lawyer work out, eat healthy, abstain from smoking, drink? Go ahead and ask. That's a 100% valid question. If your lawyer refuses to answer, that tells you all you need to know. When you hire a lawyer, you're choosing someone to represent you through some of your most difficult days and decisions. Our trials go past midnight and prep work happens on nights and holidays and weekends, and you're entitled to know whether your lawyer is likely to run out of steam midway through a trial. You're entitled to know whether your lawyer has healthy habits which would assist them in handling stress. The stats on lawyers and their physical and mental health are abysmal. If clients start demanding it, things will change. That's right, I only want a lawyer who does yoga, eats an all-vegan diet, shows up to court in spandex. Yeah, I don't think any of what you said is a valid question. I can tell everything that I need to know just by looking at you, and you ain't gonna do it for me. You need to get me a Scotch-fueled Johnny Cochran lookalike, and that's my lawyer forever. I don't care if he's good or not. Appearances are half the battle, or something like that. It's like the weirdest way to flex on other lawyers. Oh, they smoke. They don't eat healthy. You should hire me because I eat healthy. Well, none of that shit really matters. How are you in the courtroom, you know? Here I am paying out the wazoo because you chose to be a pescatarian? Nah, no thanks. I need a lawyer I can eat Carl's Jr. with.
Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. Stop your pooping.
Next post. Vinay Sharma. OP says this is going to be an exciting development. Vinay is happy to announce that I'm promised a promotion next year. Corporate humor, cat with swag. I don't know what either of those things mean. First one, corporate humor, that's just like an oxymoron. I tried to bring my brand of corporate humor into the office. They called it folksy and unprofessional. Pfft, can you believe that? Almost as unprofessional as promising somebody a promotion, probably to a position that doesn't even exist yet. Oh yeah, talk to me about next year. That's fine. It's never gonna happen. Did you get it in writing? It's never gonna happen. I'll be honest and say I probably don't care if it happens or not. So we're moving on. This OP says, when you realize work-life balance. Oh, what a revelation. This is Sean Ward, Executive VP at CBRE SoCal Industrial. I think I stumbled upon a financial hack with huge upside. Oh my God, tell me all about it. You had me hooked when you mentioned money.
Okay, now you have my attention.
I took my family on an adventure to the mountains last weekend. We spent about $1,000 for a 2-night stay and some meals. Yeah, that doesn't sound like camping. You went to a bed and breakfast in the mountains? I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Personally, I would rather get out there and pitch a tent, you know? But only if my wife is with me. Hey-oh, hi-oh. We packed as much into 2 days as possible. Alpine slide, hot springs, national monument, hike to 3 lakes, stargazing, etc. Honestly, I like that. That must have been nice for the kids. Now, here's the hack. I was on a high from this trip, and I told my buddy yesterday, if someone offered me $20,000, I wouldn't trade the memories that we made this weekend. And then it hit me. I got a $20,000 return on my money in 2 days. I'm not sure the annual rate of return, but it's a lot. Feeling inspired to seek new adventures with the family. Absolute highest ROI. You're only just realizing this now? $20,000 is also like a pretty low number. What if I offer you $30,000? Then you give up the memory of like the weekend with your wife and kids? How much to give up the memories of your wife and kids? Would you do it for $5 million? $10 million? Would you give up all consciousness and semblance of who you are for $100 billion? Answer the question, Sean! I'll let him think on it. We'll check out something else. OP says, this dude's a professional. Experience, criminal, self-employed. December 21 to present. 11 months of criminal activity. And I felt it was important to include that on LinkedIn. It's probably even worse to put on there than son. I have to be honest with you. Tata Steel. I was terminated from Tata Steel as a poor performer. Wow, you even got reason for being fired and all that stuff? You really are just laying it all out there, aren't you? So proud of you. That seems like a fellow with some gumption. Give him a job. I know he said he's a career criminal, but maybe if we give him a career, he won't be a criminal no more. Maybe. Or he'll start stealing stuff out of the supply closet. Well, everybody steals stuff out of the supply closet, don't they? Food for thought, I guess. In our next post, we have Naomi Dreyfus. And OP says, yeah, 2 countries at war. Just let me conduct the sales call. Priorities, I guess. 181 ballistic missiles were just fired at us. I was in our safe room with my family, explosions outside, and I was wondering if I should cancel a call. But I didn't. Well, that's a really dumb decision, Naomi. Possibly the last few moments that you will have with your family, and you want to spend it fucking cold calling people. Literally, what is wrong with you? I just can't with this. Because this year has been about more than just surviving. It's been about building. Despite everything thrown at us, I took the call because the stakes are huge. For years, I watched companies struggle to drive revenue through their partner networks with nothing but gut feeling and fragmented data to guide them. As an enterprise sales rep, I lived the frustration of flying blind in the channel space. So we built Zugit to change that story. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. Nobody in the world knows what that is. The real question, the real mystery here is why you're using 181 ballistic missiles being fired at you and your loved ones to advertise a shitty AI-driven, like, corporate feedback hell machine. I went and looked at the website, and that's what I'm getting from it. So yeah, great. This is all in keeping with the 181 ballistic missiles. Our platform doesn't just consolidate data. It transforms it into the insights that channel leaders need to make smart decisions, uncover new opportunities, and drive serious growth. We're tackling a massive problem in a way that no one else has. Yeah, with AI. They ran it through ChatGPT, your little sales proposal, and they're gonna give you back whatever the fuck it spits out for thousands of dollars. Maybe they polish it a little bit. You hope they polish it for the money that you're paying. But just from a quick scroll on the website, I really do think you're full of shit. And we're just getting started. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Resilience isn't about staying safe. It's about showing up because the work matters. We validated our product. Our market is ready. And we have the momentum to scale. Missiles, setbacks, uncertainty, nothing will stop us. We're on a mission to redefine how companies unlock revenue through partnerships and are committed to delivering on that promise. Strong arm flexing emoji. P.S. Thanks to the wonderful friends who reached out this evening to check on us. Grateful to have such wonderful partners. Hey Naomi, you still alive? Can I cannibalize your shares yet? This the corporate vultures circling around her carcass. Because you trust me, Zugit is gonna be something big. It's the next Google. I'll put my life at risk. I will face 181 missiles. That's how confident I am in Zugit. Played World of Warcraft one time, you're like, huh. That's a guild name that I could steal for my fledgling business. Please calm it down, Naomi. Nobody believes the ballistic missile thing for one, and nobody knows what Zugit is for two. I'm not saying give up, but definitely like AI-driven thing, it's not great. An AI language model is going to spit out words in the order that makes the most sense to it. It's not going to consider the deeper intricacies of what your business model might need, you moron. Maybe you've considered all that, maybe. Maybe you're out here grifting the shit out of people, I don't know. But from what I'm seeing on the website, yeah, not too many people are on board with this one. Myself included. A quick scan, I'm like, I'd never pay money for this. But it's good you're on board, Naomi. I mean, you're a one-man army as far as I'm concerned. Dodging missiles and whatnot, catching bullet between your teeth. Fantastic, just fantastic. We'll move on. This is a joke, right? Right. Hiring alert! What we're not looking for, we're not after one-language coders. We're not into messy and efficient code. We're not looking for just good enough. And we're definitely not looking for someone who needs a mentor to get things done. Oh, so surely you'll be paying a senior developer price, right? Don't count on it. Why you shouldn't work with us. No work-life balance. Yeah, weird flex, but okay. Up to 12-hour workdays. Ew. Sometimes no weekend holidays. If that scares you, this isn't your place. What are you looking for, really? Little lab rats to run on the wheel, and they don't know anything else. They live their entire life in your little cubicle. Oh, it's so sad. What we are looking for, a full-stack dev who lives and breathes code. Fluent in Python, Go, Ruby, Rust, and JavaScript. Clean code, smart design, high impact. Master of Fast API, Docker, and Kubernetes. Knows its way around Postgres, Redis, Linux, and sharding. Can integrate AI and LLM seamlessly into the mix. If that sounds like you, we're hiring at Job Offers. We are building Jarvis for HR. DM me or apply via this thing. And according to the thing, the link, the job offer is posted from India. So yeah, you'll be lucky to get about $5 an hour for all this. There's no overtime for the 12-hour workdays. This is a living hell, dude. I wish it was a joke, but I think the joke is the reality that we find ourselves in, isn't it? This is not a job offer, it's a wish list. And at that price, oh my god, I'm getting upset. Okay, deep breath, we're moving on. Nobody's gonna apply, right? The company thinks it's a weird flex, like, look at us, no work-life balance, isn't that cool? Whereas every prospective employee is just gonna be like, no, that sounds horrible. You're creating hell on earth, and I won't be part of it any longer, so goodbye. This next OP would like to point out the transformative power of LinkedIn. And this post says, after reading everything about leadership on LinkedIn, I've decided to become a follower. There's less competition in that space. So true. We need the niche of good followers filled. Everybody's on their own bullshit, and sorta I get it, but there's far too much, r/I'm the main character here. It's probably a sarcastic post, but I do encourage you to be a follower, highly. Not a bad gig. Anyway, our next post says, when you confuse the office with the gym. And it's our good friend Rajashi. Lean, muscular, strong. This is what an average 36-year-old should look like. What you see around you is not normal. Rajarshi defines what's normal, okay, guys? The guy that gets on LinkedIn and takes his shirt off, he's a normal and perfectly balanced 36-year-old. You should probably follow in his footsteps. He seems like a secure individual. And again, I don't really know if the sarcasm's going to translate, so let me reiterate that you are an insignificant speck of a human being. You can puff your ego up as much as you want, but you have accomplished nothing and you are nothing. We're moving on. Make this guy a moderator of r/LinkedIn Lunatics. Yeah, why not? It's Kunal Seagal, and he says, hi, all. I'm elated to announce the announcement of my elation. Yeah, we went a couple layers deep there, didn't we? And I do think it's a shitposting account based on, the job titles. Forbes 30 under 30, reader. TED Talks, viewer. LinkedIn top voice, muter. It's kind of funny. You got a funny thing going on. You're funnier than the guy that says he's a comedy writer. Call me. Moving on. They look so happy with this compromise. Mugalian company. You need to come back to the office. Employees, can we keep some of our work from home perks? Company, sure, but you need to come back to the office. And the end result was us getting to wear silly pants and whatever shoes we want on Friday. I feel like we really won, despite the 20 hours that I spend commuting every single week. At least I get to do it in my board shorts. That's stupid. Everything about this is really stupid. But no, yeah, I guess the important thing is that you feel like you won. So have fun in the office, suckers. And this OP says LinkedIn with some ellipses after it. Rod Darling celebrated Lawrence Rogoff, who's a philosopher/lawyer, who wrote the book on New York PIP. No artificial intelligence ever. Ever! Well, maybe not for you. You're looking kind of old, but I'm going to tell you right now that's a losing battle. My opinion, for all the good that all the efforts to fight climate change have done, humanity would be better off organizing massive prayer rituals and using the climate change prevention money to aid the victims. Why? Because prayers often work, while climate change prevention does not. Your thoughts? Jesus. You're really dragging me into the shit pile here, Lords. You really want my take on the whole thing? Okay, here it goes. Prayers don't work. Neither does climate change prevention efforts. That's just giving money to the government that they'll spend on dumb bullshit. It never goes where it's supposed to go. If people gave half a shit about climate change, we would have switched to nuclear energy a long time ago. It's just another way to funnel money out of your pockets. Prayer doesn't do anything on its own. The church will definitely take money from you and put it to the wrong things. But what I do think prayer helps you do is, like, ignite a fire and realize that sometimes you have to be the good and the change in the world and go out there and do something for your local community. Give away sandwiches, fill a pothole, fucking weed an old lady's garden. There's something that you can do, and maybe you are the answer to their prayers. On the other hand, yeah, a government program is never going to answer anybody's prayers. $750 for fucking hurricane victims? Like, it has never been more obvious how much the U.S. government hates its own citizenry. I guess all that, in summation, just means be the change that you want to see in the world. Don't fucking rely on Jesus or the government to do it for you, okay? That's for stupid, weak, scared little people that are afraid to get their hands dirty. And you're too old for that shit, Lawrence. Look at you. You're too old for that shit. Cool, so yeah, that's about all I got to say about that one. So we're moving on. People are applauding us circling the drain, asks this OP. Renate Siekman, views expressed are strictly my own. She says, yes, please, because of a headline that says Elon Musk reportedly eyeing CNN acquisition. I'll fix the media, one network at a time. Yeah, what a fucking disaster that's gonna be. I think CNN probably is one of the weaker networks. But don't you already have X, Twitter? Are you going to call CNN XXX? And yes, there'll be a select type of programming there indeed. Maybe that's a stupid joke. Who cares? What I am saying is, yeah, probably I don't want Elon to own all of the things. And especially if you're going to decide to own all the things, you don't announce it. You do it like George Soros does and buy up thousands of radio stations suspiciously right before an American election. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. And hopefully Elon will too. You got bigger things going on, don't you, Elon? Come on. This is Ashley Cogill with a roller skate emoji. Working parent advocate. And she says, I'm in my husband's phone as Ashley Jim. Not Ashley wife or Ashley mother of my children, just Ashley Jim. Because he met me at the gym.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Kinda hilarious. Here's the thing about first impressions. They actually can change, but if you're in sales, you may never get the chance, so better make that first call count. That was a really weird, roundabout post, Ashley. I'm not sure I took home any particular message from all that. What I think I should do is slap my own message onto the end of it and say that, yes, this is the utilitarian nature of man. There's folders on my desktop named HHYGJH, but I know what's in there, so that's really what's important. I saved myself the 3 seconds. It's not worth organizing. I'll delete that folder eventually anyways, right? So why spend the time to organize it? Just like, yeah, who's going through their phone contacts? Like, I need to sort these. I'm sure some people do, but that's definitely not me, and apparently that's not Ashley's husband either. And I think it's good, refreshing. I identify with it. This next post, not so refreshing. Title is, excuse me, WTF. And yes, I'm wondering the same thing. I'm not even going to show the picture that's attached because it's like a woman with a black eye, and that sort of sends the wrong message. So I'll just read the text that's attached to it, and then we can both wonder together why the hell this is on LinkedIn. This isn't normal cybersecurity content. This is a real-life situation I'm dealing with, and it is taking an emotional toll on me. If you don't like seeing personal content, please scroll on. There's personal content, and then there's like too personal content, you know? There should be some boundaries drawn in the sand. Edit. I did realize I needed to reword my post because of the way it was written. It did come off as he had done that to me. I didn't want it to be taken that way at all. That's not what happened. Sort of like when a newspaper redacts something and nobody reads that anyways. So they just think the first thing. This is what my face looks like after passing out due to vomiting from a bad stomach bug. I called my 2 youngest daughters' father for help with the girls to be told that I was being dramatic and faking my illness. This is what he chose to say to me, even though he has called me several times to take the girls when sick, and never have I ever said those words to him. This is what co-parenting with a narcissistic, maltreating father looks like. I had to call a neighbor friend and my stepdaughters for help, who then tried again to call my ex to come with the girls for him to give the same response that he had given me. I passed out for the second time after Emma, my stepdaughter, was here and she called the ambulance. I had never passed out like that before from throwing up. Only thing I asked of him was to help me with our girls, and he denied me that much. I shouldn't have to beg for help with our girls when sick. This is not healthy co-parenting. I refuse to stay quiet any longer, and I won't. Okay, but are you sure Facebook is really the place to not stay quiet any longer? Like, they don't know what to do about your illness or your domestic issues. You got the hospital for the illness, but the domestic issues probably should be handled by the police. I don't know what they could really do aside from start a paper trail, but sometimes starting a paper trail is good. On the other hand, you could also take them to court, try and get the kids. I know this amazing pescatarian lawyer I can refer you to. She costs a little bit more, but she's she's healthy. She doesn't smoke or drink. She's a pescatarian. It's amazing. And a lawyer. Have you ever heard of some shit like that? You gotta pay extra for that. Whatever, who cares? We're moving on. These entitled businesses expecting to be paid for their labor? Yeah, how dare you? I'm sick of influencers asking for free cake. No shit, dude. Everybody thinks they're an influencer these days. It's terrible. And they're the influencers out in the world that, like, aren't creative or interesting enough to do things in the privacy of their own home, so they have to go harass a fucking bake shop for a free cake. What are you talking about? Get out of here! I'm gonna put their face on the wall. I'll be like, what's your fucking Instagram? How you gonna ask me for free cake when you didn't get 10 likes on your last post? Ridiculous. But this guy swoops in to defend the influencers, and he says, so it's all about money for this woman? Whatever happened to her passion and pride? Now she just sits there counting her pennies, demanding more and more money for her unhealthy creations. Yes, that apparently many people are willing to pay money for, so get the fuck out of my shop. I know you probably identify with the influencers who want to get free stuff, so your opinion to me, completely irrelevant.
Nobody asked for your opinion. Wee-hee!
People that are providing goods or services or things that people are willing to pay for should be able to sit and count their pennies. And I personally am beyond glad that you're ass blasted about it. Make sure to go and tell a friend how ass blasted you are about it, and also include a link to my channel. Thanks so much. Fuck out of my face. Hope he says, in the world of lunatics, we have someone who makes sense. It's Jamie Smith. He's connecting talents within financial sectors. Before COVID, we all worked in an office. Nobody complained about it, but things have changed. We've gotten used to spending more time with family, actually fitting in a gym session during lunch, a more balanced, manageable lifestyle, and teams can now work just as effectively remotely as they can do in the office. Returning to the default just because change feels uncomfortable seems like a huge step back. If bringing everyone back full-time makes your employees' lives harder, then why do it? I'm all for hybrid working. It gives people the flexibility staff need and still delivers results. Offering anything less these days just feels outdated. Thoughts? Honestly, Jamie, you base as fuck. I love you now. But on the other hand, how am I supposed to feed my ego if people aren't in the building that I manage? So I tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you wear pajama pants and whatever shoes you want on Fridays. I think you can feel like this was a fucking compromise. That you won some small victory. Because you get to wear your silly pants. How's that sound for you, buddy? And then Jamie, being the based individual he is, would be like, I quit. I'm not putting up with that crap. And really, we have seen like a shifting of the tides. Corporations used to poo-poo them employees, and then we had to figure it out during COVID, and we're like, oh yeah, we don't have to, we don't have to show up at a fucking place every day? That's amazing. I want to do that forever. And so I will, come hell or high water. We shall continue on with it. This OP says, no social media platform is safe from LinkedIn lunacy. I don't know what this is, Instagram or something? Budget Dog. He's verified. He's got the little check mark. Do you pay for that on Instagram? Probably you do now. It's a new revenue stream, like paying $20 to give me a job application. But Budget Dog says, dinner with JayZ of $500K. I'm taking dinner every time. Only reason you wouldn't is because you don't have any value and you don't trust in yourself. That network is 100 times a measly $500K. Yeah, but I'm white, so probably JayZ wouldn't like me immediately.
I'm white. Don't you ignore me. This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
I'll take the $500K. It's fine. Does Budget Dog not realize that he is white as well? Is he sitting there drinking Cristal? JayZ's gonna mug you, dude. I think it's ludicrous to presume that, like, anything would come of it. It's a dinner. It's just a dinner. You think you're gonna make that much of an impression? I doubt it. You've hardly made an impression on me. You look like somebody put macaroni on top of a Mr. Potato Head. Which would be a delicious meal, but also we're lacking protein here, you know? You gotta think about the gains. How else are you supposed to take your shirt off for LinkedIn photos? God. This is spinning out of control. This OP says, I'm voting for this guy. It's Harris Walls. He, him. C-Tech LLC. 31 connections. He's from Malaysia. And while he doesn't have any activity listed, I can say he's pretty, you know, he's an SEO expert at this point. How else would we have found you? Anyway, next post. OP says, all of us have the wrong mindset. Oh, that's it, y'all. You just need to change your mindset. It was so simple. Joseph Darby, CEO at Become Wealth. Yeah, don't just attain it, become it. Whoa, how next level? You got kind of a dead-eyed fish look, but I guess I'll hear him out. The rich are getting richer, while the poor are getting poorer. But why? It all boils down to mindset. Oh my God, he's another The Secret guy, isn't he? No, it's not the trick at all. It boils down to making moves, putting things together and doing your best with it and doing it consistently. Fuck a mindset. The poor's mindset, they like blame their circumstances and focus on the short term, buy liabilities, want the cheapest, think I can't afford that, dwell on problems, poverty thinking. Yeah, poverty thinking that comes from, you know, living in poverty. I can't afford that. And even it is the cheapest thing. Like, you don't understand what it's like, Joe, to put in a 40-hour week and have fucking nothing at the end of it. You don't understand. They're focusing on the short term because if they miss a paycheck, they're fucked. And you don't, like, it's just amazing to me how much you don't get it. You can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm sure that's where he's going with it. I managed to do it, but yeah, you gotta suffer a little bit. It's good because suffering builds character. I would like to see Joseph do a little suffering, but maybe that's a bridge too far just yet. The rich mindset is like creating opportunities and plan for generations, invest in assets, seek the best value, ask, how can I afford that? Find solutions. Abundance mindset. Oh, my abundance mindset. I just sat here and thought about all the nice things that I have that ain't happened. asking how can I afford that is great, but if you don't have the means, if you're not willing to go out and get it, then you'll never be able to afford it. Abundance mindset means shit, but that's what he wants to sell you because it doesn't require him to give you like any actual physical product. You know, he's just like, I've got some leaflets here. You want to purchase my leaflets? No, I want to bash you in the mouth with a lead pipe. No, I'm not saying that external factors don't play a role in wealth disparities. Yeah, about that. But here's the thing. Your financial destiny is not set in stone. Elon Musk, Oprah, and any number of other successful self-made people all faced massive challenges. That's right. If you get a small loan of $1 million from your father, or own a emerald mine in South Africa, or just get scooped off the street by Harvey Weinstein in a limo, anything could happen. They face their massive challenges head on. Now all I have to do is wait for my great-grand uncle, the cattle ranching oil baron, to die, and I too can have all my dreams come true. It's abundance mindset, you guys. Why are you not doing it yet? They didn't let any of that stop them, though. You too have the power to break the cycle. That's right, you don't have to be poor forever. You can scramble and scrounge just like your ancestors did. And that's what keeps the machine going. We need blood for the machine. Get on the wheel. Come on, it's fine. Listen to me, you don't get on that wheel. They're gonna trap you on that wheel and only give you enough to keep you going, alright? There has to be something outside the wheel. Paint a picture or fucking play an instrument or, I don't know, do some 3D modeling or programming or whatever it is that speaks to you. But it can't be just the wheel, is what I want to impress on you. I think that's good. I really got in there at the end. That means I gotta switch it off. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially people that sign up on Patreon or YouTube memberships. My goodness, they're the most appreciated. But of course, everybody is important. They do their part. Sometimes they share the video. Oh, that's nice. They shop at my fourth wall. Wow, that's amazing. Pretty sweet merch over there. Pretty sweet merch. We're working on some more for you. And of course, even people that watch the video and don't say a thing, you are appreciated as well. I hope that you will always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one, friends. So until then, bye-bye.